Welcome to the Proper Property Podcast. Today I'm joined by Nikki Smith, who, like me, owns and runs a Airbnb service accommodation business in the North Yorkshire area, as well as investing in property herself. Let's get into it. Nikki, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm so excited to have you on this podcast. I've wanted to get you on for so long.
Crikey.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know whether I'm looking forward to that or not.
Are you nervous?
A bit, yeah.
Is this your first podcast?
No, I've done a couple.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, way back when I did the Inside Property Investing podcast, and that was when I first started. And then I've done like a little bit of a service accommodation one. Have you heard of Secret Service podcast?
Yes.
Yes, I've done that one.
Brilliant.
Because he was my coach.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I've done that one, and then I've got. I think I've done a couple of others. Oh, I did curb appeal property.
All right. Yeah.
Other week.
Yeah.
So yeah, done a few.
So you
but still get nervous
Yeah.
in case I say something stupid.
Well, that's the power of editing. Yeah, that's the power of editing. If we ever do a podcast and it's only 3 minutes long, we know that person's just been very stupid. So I want to know, obviously I've seen your social media, I've met you at networking events, and I know what you do.
Yeah.
But the people that are watching or listening, what is it you do? Who is Nikki?
So who is Nikki? So I primarily at the moment run and own a service accommodation company called Glasswing Stays. It didn't all start there though. I am a property investor as well as. So the Glasswing came after the property investment. So I started in about 5 years ago, thinking there must have been a better way to earn some dough than what I was doing. My husband at the time was in construction, and it was just really hard work. People didn't like paying the bills, and it just turned into a bit of a nightmare. So I thought there's got to be a bloody easier way of doing this than building for a living or contracting for a living. So I'd been watching various Instagram accounts.
I thought you were going to say Homes Under the Hammer then.
Oh God, no. Although that is probably a popular one, but no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd been watching quite a few Instagram accounts, and it was HMOs that caught my eye at first. And I thought, bloody hell, they look quite glamorous, don't they? I fancy having a go at that. So it made what I did, the Homes Under the Hammer of the world, it turned that on its head for me and made me think, God, you can actually make something quite, appealing and quite chic out of this property game. Let's have a go. So I started there, and we sort of started off with a couple of buy-to-lets, and then we bought a HMO. I did a course, bought a HMO, didn't like it, sold it.
How fast was that? Buying a HMO, not liking it, and selling it?
18 months.
It usually is pretty quick, isn't it, when people come out of HMOs? Because it's like,
have you ever done?
No, and I don't think I ever will, because it's just not for me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for me, investment is all about investing and working to your love, if that makes sense. Just like
100%.
I mean, I always said if you don't love what you do, you probably shouldn't be doing it. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, especially in a corporate career.
Yeah.
But I really do emphasize it. If you don't enjoy or love what you're doing, change it.
Yeah,
because that's what I did. It sounds like that's what you did.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the majority of the people that have come on this podcast or that I've spoke to in networking events or anywhere in the industry that have gone from a 9-to-5 corporate career into property and made a success of it, the overriding story behind that is I hated what I did.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy what I was doing. I had to get out of it. And I found property. Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that seems to be the trend.
Yeah, well, I mean, pre 5 years ago, I used to work in a corporate position. I was a sales manager for in the logistics industry. So we did imports and exports in and out of the UK for 14, 15 years. Yeah. And I managed a team of account managers towards the end there. And I did actually, towards the end, I really enjoyed the company I worked for. They were great. Yeah. But I just didn't want to tram up and down the M1. No. Because we had a little, I left because we fell pregnant. I had my little boy. And I thought, well, what's the point of having Max if I'm out of the house at 7 a.m, not getting back till 7 p.m. Yeah. And it's often one of those light bulb moments, isn't it? Like the career was great, you were enjoying it, but then you have Max, your son, and then
that's the old light bulb moment of actually there's got to be more to life than up and down the M1 or whichever motorway it was when your baby's at home.
Yeah. And I am one of these people as well that, you know, I don't, my biggest fear in life is getting to the end of the road and going, I wish I'd have done that. And why didn't I try that?
Yeah.
And that's my biggest fear. If I got to my little old deathbed as a little old lady and thought, I wish I'd have tried that property lark and I wish I'd have gone and done that serviced accommodation company.
Yeah.
Because if I hadn't have, then you never know, do you? And failure's your biggest lesson in life.
And I've always been a big advocate of, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
All my life. I mean, when I was younger, I'm from Sheffield.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go to university, and then I had a fuck it, let's just do it, and moved to Leeds.
Yeah.
The week after.
Did you?
And then.
What, to go to uni or?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I ended up staying at university. I ended up getting into. Did you? Yeah. Leeds Met or proper Leeds Uni?
No, well, it was Ripon and York St John, but it was a Leeds Uni, a subsidiary of. But yeah, loved it.
I loved Leeds. I stayed in Leeds for a number of years. I didn't finish. I went to study quantity surveying.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not.
Oh, so you've always got roots in property.
And I hated it. I hated it. And I worked part-time at Hilton Hotel at the time.
Yeah.
And they kept just offering me more responsibility and promotion. And then I was a bar manager while studying quantity surveying. And then I was a head of a department. And I was like, I actually fucking love doing this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Running around in hospitality.
Yeah.
And I hate that. So I completely knocked that on the head.
And what year was that?
Much to my end of second year.
Oh, right.
Much to my mum's despair. And I just kind of worked my way up the hospitality career with Hilton Hotels.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity came up in Dublin, Ireland. And again, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Jumped on a flight, moved to Ireland.
Well, why not? You got no responsibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we ended up coming back to the UK, again in the hospitality world. And then COVID came. At that point, I was like running around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
And then I was furloughed and I was like,
from Hilton?
Yeah. No, I was with Mercure at that point. I'd moved away from Hilton. I was with Mercure. And I was like, I've just been furloughed like that. Like, I could be replaced like that as well.
That's when you go, shit.
And I've been putting 70 to 80 hours a week into this business that wasn't mine.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say I felt unappreciated because I did feel appreciated.
Yeah,
I had a very good reputation in the hotel industry.
Yeah.
But the wages that I was getting just didn't work in terms of the hours that I was putting in, the energy that I was putting in away from my family life. It just didn't work. And then COVID just completely changed my mindset. And that's when I kind of said, I'd love to get into property. I always want to get into property. How do you get into property with little to no money? Yeah. And you know what comes up. It's rent to rent.
Yeah.
And then I just spent my entire furlough educating myself, setting up a business. And then it kind of grew from there, really, using my hospitality and hotel skill set into rent-to-rent service accommodation. Yeah. Then I realised so many other people doing it and doing it really badly. So I was like, I can help you improve your property. I can help you improve your property. That's when my management company kind of grew. Right. And that's when that grew. Yeah. Because instead of rent to rent, which was my initial, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I realised that there was an opportunity to help people manage their properties better with my hotel management skill set. Yeah, definitely. So then the management company grew. Yeah. The rent to rent kind of just sat there. Yeah. Then obviously I met Johnny through doing the photography for my managed properties. Right. And said, right, now we've got a bit more time because there's two of us. Yeah. Let's grow that rent to rent. So they both kind of grew then.
So did you sort of join forces straight away or?
Probably about maybe a year or just over a year into me scaling the management company up. Me and Johnny because Johnny was doing the photography for other people, and he was also speaking at property events as a photographer. Yeah, kind of passing on his what he can do. Yeah. But obviously, whilst he was speaking at these events, he was educating himself as well, learning about rent to rent. Yeah. Then we had that conversation. He said, "Oh, do you know about rent to rent?" I goes, "Oh yeah, that was how I kind of got into this, and that's what I wanted to do, but I just fell out of time, if that makes sense." Yeah. So then he said, "Right, let's just join together." two heads are better than one. As well as your management company, he can scale his photography company.
Well, yeah.
Photographer, management, and then together we scale the rent to rent as like a first gear. Yeah. And that's what we've done. We've kind of grown that to 13 rent to rents now.
13.
13 rent to rents in total. The management company's scaled to 45 plus properties. Yeah. His photography company and the media company has scaled to great numbers as well. Lots of clients in and around the country. It's not just Yorkshire he works in. And we've kind of just built that. And now, as Olive Venture Properties, we've got the podcast. We're looking at purchase lease options, creative deal strategies, flips, BRRs. And it's kind of we're just going to keep going and going and going. So there is always a light bulb moment. Yeah. Mine was COVID. Yours was obviously having a child.
Yeah.
And you'll never look back?
Never look back. Obviously, there's days where you think, oh, God, it'd be a lot easier to just like take the wage every month and then leave it at the door when you walk out of the office. But no, I won't change it. I won't go back. I think, so, when you look back sometimes you think, you work 12 times harder for yourself, don't you, than you ever do for anybody else. Yeah. So it's like that you're swapping that 70-hour week for probably like 100 hours, but at least it's for your own business and the reward of it.
I always say there's a good busy and a bad busy.
Yeah, yeah.
A bad busy is when you're overworked, underpaid, undervalued, running around for somebody else.
Yeah, yeah.
That's bad busy.
Yeah.
Good busy is where you value yourself. Yes, you're probably doing more hours, but you're choosing to do those more hours.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the end of it.
Absolutely.
See what you're getting for the end of it.
Absolutely.
And the sense of achievement as well.
Yeah.
That's second to none, isn't it, really?
100%.
And you can achieve in a corporate job and you can obviously climb the ladder and stuff, but it's never actually something that you've created.
There's always a ceiling.
Yeah.
There's always a ceiling. Yeah. And whether that's an artificial ceiling that has been put in place because they don't want you to progress, because they may want their buddy to progress, and somebody that doesn't potentially merit it. I've had it before as well. Yeah. But then beyond the artificial ceiling, there's a hard ceiling where you can't progress beyond the directors and the owners of that business. And somebody that I always find, people that have run their own business, they've got that mindset, which is different to people that are happy in that corporate world.
Yeah, 100%.
Like for me and for the other entrepreneurs that I've spoke to, there is no ceiling.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just keep going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling. The
sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. And some people that are happy in the corporate sector, that may scare them.
Yeah.
Whereas
it's exciting to people like us.
Relish
you're
it.
Like that. What can I do next?
Absolutely.
And like all these strings that you've got to your bow, it's just like, why wouldn't the sky be the limit? You can just do, if you put your mind to something, look what you've achieved thus far, where can you go next?
Yeah. Yeah, so, and it's all about, for me, it's all about mindset.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in, bloody hell, what's the word? Where you manifestation as well. I'm a firm believer of manifestation. And if you firmly believe.
Fousey fan.
Yeah. If you firmly believe and say, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And just keep telling everyone, that's what I'm going to do.
You see it in your mind's eye, and then you might take the steps to get there.
It really does work, and it's happened to me personally. It's happened to Johnny personally. It's happened to us both collectively.
Yeah,
like it will happen.
Yeah,
if you keep fucking working.
Yeah, I mean, I manifested that HMO, but
so let's go back to that HMO.
I didn't really like it.
So you'd started property investing.
Yeah, so I had Max and decided that we didn't want to sort of do the corporate thing anymore. So we thought we'd have a chances arm at this property lark.
Yep.
We managed to get an investor on board quite soon. So we went full. I sold one of my old houses that I used to rent out. It's just pretty amateurly, really.
Yep.
So we had a bit of capital, and we just sort of went into it. I got a little coach because I've never been in the financial position to afford massive courses. I don't know whether you've paid for a massive educational courses or not.
I'm on the fence with courses. I believe that courses, when executed correctly and delivered correctly, can be hugely beneficial. I think those types of courses that are executed and delivered properly are few and far between.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are coaching that probably shouldn't be coaching and charging people a lot of money that isn't justified.
Yeah.
I do think there's definitely a place for property education.
Yeah, 100%. But
I think a lot of this paid education you can get for free by networking, going to networking events and surrounding yourself with the right people that are doing it and have done it.
Yeah.
Because I've learned more from networking, talking to people like yourself on this podcast and talking to people in the industry than I have from any of the courses that I have done.
Yeah.
Because I feel, for me, and this is probably for another podcast, 9 times out of 10, a property course is a little bit of information about every topic.
Yeah, and you don't ever drill down into what you actually need.
No.
So you always come away thinking, oh, but I need to know about that.
I now know 5% about everything.
Yeah.
When in actual fact, nobody's doing every strategy at the same time.
It's impossible.
Everybody niches.
Yeah.
So for me, if I was to pay big money for a course, I'd want it to be, instead of 5% on everything, I'd want it to be
drill down
100% on this. So I can go away and say, I am now an expert on this topic and this strategy because I've been taught by an expert on that topic and that strategy.
And somebody who's walking the walk and doing the do.
Yeah.
And so that's how I've always sort of educated myself. I've spent probably a few thousand on coaches and what have you, but they've always been specific coaches.
And I think that's the way forward and that's how it should be done because there's no point in knowing a little bit about a lot of stuff.
Well, it doesn't get you any further on.
You need to know a lot of stuff about what's going to work for
your
you.
specific area, chosen area.
Yeah.
So I got I employed a coach for buy-to-lets, and she was great. She taught me everything I needed to know about BRR, rah.
There's so many R's in property, isn't there?
So she taught me all about that. So we bought a couple of buy-to-lets in Doncaster, in fairness. And I don't know, it was just a bit
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I don't want to do this forever. Although probably in hindsight, there's nothing wrong with like you common or garden buy-to-let these days.
Absolutely not. No.
So you should, probably looking back, and I think most property investors say this, is that just do more of the simple stuff.
Yeah.
Just do more of the simple stuff, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, I decided.
I think with that, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
And there's no point in changing it or breaking it. Yeah, absolutely. But I think every investor's different, and some investors, a bit like the corporate world, they're happy with that. I'm comfortable with that. Whereas some investors think,
what if
that could be better. What if I turned that, added some steroids and turned it into that?
Yeah.
How financially viable would that be?
Yeah.
And that's where these creative strategies have started to evolve from, because people have not just gone, buy to let. That's just what it is. You buy a house, you do it up, you rent it out, you refinance it, or you buy a house, you do it up, you sell it. 2 strategies, that's all that there is.
Yeah.
But that's not, everything's evolving.
Yeah.
And every year a new strategy or a dynamic adjustment to a strategy. It's the same strategy, but it's done slightly different. And then all of a sudden you've got a new strategy. Yeah. There's so much out there.
God, yeah, it's endless, endless. But you have got to be really careful of the shiny penny.
Yeah.
And
everyone's guilty of the shiny penny.
Everybody can be guilty of it. But then, when you are an investor and you have investors invested in your business, it's also that responsibility of knowing that it's you're not a safe bet, because every investment comes with risk, you need to sort of be quite firm in your sort of way you evaluate deals and how you move forward, and not just be flitting from one to the other. Yeah. There's obviously that side of it, but the shiny penny thing can, glisten every now and again, and you go, oh, I fancy an apart hotel actually.
Is that something that you're going to be doing, or you've done?
I'd like to. No, I am done. No, I'd like to, but I'm at the moment just trying to focus my attention on growing Glasswing a little bit further. Never want to be like this massive agency, but growing it a little bit further and being able to offer great sort of management, much as yourself. Yeah. We mainly sort of focus Northumberland, North Yorkshire, and I really that's my mecca. Those places, I absolutely love being up there, and I think eventually, if I ended up there, I'd be a happy woman. I'm really sort of focused on growing that at the moment, because I really enjoy it. Yeah. But also flipping along the side, we do quite a few flips, and buying more service accommodation units because that's what I like.
So Glasswing is essentially a service accommodation management company.
Yeah.
A mixture of your own and for other people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that?
Good.
As a not as a business. I'm not asking how successful that business is, but how is that as a entity? Because I do a very similar business.
Yeah.
And I know the challenges that come with that sort of business, and I know how frustrating and demanding guests can be. Have you experienced a similar sort of thing?
Oh, God, yeah. And I think it depends on what guest avatar you're going for as well. I mean, a lot of ours are holiday lets, your typical holiday let. Yeah. So we obviously go to the nth degree to try and make it special for people because you're part of their memories. And that's the brilliant side of the business, is that people will always take that memory of you with them because they had a fantastic time on holiday with their family, with their loved ones in your property.
Do you find a lot of the stuff that you do to create those memories and probably thinking outside the box and probably going the extra mile, do you find that a lot of the time it's completely unappreciated?
I don't actually.
Do you not?
No, because I don't know whether it's...
Maybe you just do it better than me.
Why do you find that? People just don't give monkeys?
I do, yeah. Really? Not all the time, but... And I think you're more holiday let and probably a level above the quality and the expectations of my properties because we're very much a corporate market. Yeah. And then just the weekend stays. They are easier. Their expectations are lower, and for us, it's about ensuring that the property is clean, it's well equipped,
functionable,
good space, very functionable, and for us, it's all about our service. Yeah, providing a really good pre-stay, during stay, and post-stay service. Yeah, 100%. As opposed to having a fabulous property. Yeah, but I do find that. When I have gone above and beyond, and I thought, you know what, these are staying for a long time. I know they're arriving late at night. I'm going to fill the fridge with some milk, bread, all these little stuff that we don't usually provide for contractors and stuff like that. Chocolates and biscuits. There was never honestly, I went shopping. I went to Aldi and I went shopping.
That's the shop.
And I wasn't expecting a thank you. I was expecting an acknowledgement, maybe a nice review. There was nothing. Nothing. This family returned a year later.
Oh, was it a family?
It was a family, that had come for an extended weekend to visit family in the area. But I knew they'd been flying in, and I'd put the stuff in there late at night because I knew they were coming late at night. Anyway, they come back a year later, and I'd not even remembered that I'd done that at this stage, I'd done that. And they were arriving at a normal time, and I just thought, just a standard guest. I'd not put the milk and the stuff. And instead of, bearing in mind, I didn't get a good review. I didn't get any review the first time when I had done that. But because I hadn't done it the second time, 1 star.
No way. What did you do?
Bit my tongue and got on with my day.
Do you ever challenge them?
I always challenge my reviews. I didn't used to.
Yeah, I've started.
Because I was very much, they must be right. I must have. But then as I've grown, either my skin's got thicker or I've realised that a lot of guests, and I'm not tarnishing all guests with this, but a lot of guests are just knobheads. I've come to that realisation. And when I read
entitlement out there.
Very much so. Very, very entitled, especially since COVID.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was in the industry before COVID in terms of hotels. Yeah. People are so entitled. The world owes them something. Yeah. And I, for some reason, owe them something. And it's all my fault. But yeah, there's some really, really malicious and nasty people out 100%. There.
And that I must admit. I mean, obviously you've been doing it for longer than I have, really, but I still struggle sometimes with taking that criticism when I know how hard we've worked as a team to make that property as perfect as it possibly can be. Yeah. And somebody might have, somebody books the wrong place, for instance.
Your fault?
My fault, yeah. Because one of our properties at the top floor of a really high building in Whitby. And I say that on the listing. I state it wherever possible. I try.
They don't read the listing.
Well, they don't. This is the thing.
They book by pictures.
Yeah.
They're like children with a picture book, which I get because we promote having good pictures and we pay a lot of money for having good pictures. So we know that they're booking by the pictures, but we still put a lot of time and effort into the description.
Of course, yeah.
To make sure they're not, and it's the guest's responsibility to ensure that the property is suitable for their needs. You're probably going to say the same thing that I've experienced. Top floor.
Yep.
It wasn't suitable for them because they had mobility issues or they couldn't walk up the top stairs.
And
that's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah. But then like numerous sort of exchanges, and I was trying to be as, diplomatic and appease it as much as possible. But it came back in the end was if my health deteriorates in this state, it's your fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if my chest pains get any worse in this state, it's your fault. And I was like that, wow.
Yeah. But do you challenge the reviews?
I do, yeah, I do. And it's a bit of a thankless task sometimes because the online travel agents don't really want to know half the time.
No, they don't. But how I see it is it's a public forum.
Yeah.
They have the opportunity on a public forum to say what they feel and what they think.
So we should be able to challenge it.
Exactly. 9 times out of 10, it's exaggerated.
Yeah. Totally inaccurate.
It's inaccurate.
Yeah.
It's sometimes disillusional. They get
retaliatory.
Very much so, yeah. Very much so. If they don't get their own way,
yeah,
let's say they expect a late checkout for free. Yeah. It's not possible. We can't do that. We've got other guests coming. We've got cleaners
scheduled. There's a whole schedule to move around.
They don't see that. I think a lot of people that stay think we've just got one property.
I think
and one person.
And why can't I just check in when I want?
Yeah.
Or why can't I just bag drop? That's another one. Because you can't, because somebody else is in there and we've got to clean it.
Yeah,
unless you want to turn it to a half-clean property and then you'll be upset about that.
And I just won't allow it because first impressions are huge. So, we don't mind if it's not been cleaned. Well, I do because that is your first impression. No matter what, no matter how good it is when you arrive back later on in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Your first impression is that property that you've seen uncleaned. Yeah. And guests can leave them in a terrible state.
Yeah. 100%.
Terrible state.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is let anybody in that property, A, before my cleaners cleaned it, and B, before my cleaners inspected for any damages.
Yeah, of course. But we've even had it where somebody thought they were being a little bit clever and let themselves in early. This particular property hasn't got any outdoor cameras on it, so I couldn't see when somebody had arrived. It's a managed property. So they'd let themselves in early and hung their coat up downstairs, obviously seen it had not been cleaned from the previous guest. Yeah. Cleaners come along. We found this coat. I went, all right, okay, take it out and I'll contact the previous guest and see if it's theirs. Yep. It was actually the guest who was staying there who checked herself in earlier and just thought, I'll just leave my coat there.
Yep.
We removed the coat and obviously then had a whole rigmarole of getting it back to her because she shouldn't have checked in before 4 o'clock anyway.
Yep.
So
we have on our checkout instructions that any food or drink left in the property will be removed.
Yeah.
If you contact us later that day or tomorrow saying, can I come back and get my crate of 12 beers, it's gone. It's been disposed of. We're not hanging around with it.
Yeah.
And we had somebody let themselves in, put their beers, their wine in the fridge, some food, and the cleaner does what the cleaner does, removes everything from the thing, cleans the property, and the guest checked in later when they should have checked in.
And where's my beers and wine?
Where's my beers and wine? In the bin or inside the cleaner.
Yes, you're having a good time tonight.
Because it's 29 degrees outside and it's sunny and you've left 3 bottles of rosé. So definitely inside the cleaner.
Yeah, I dare bet. She's like that. Well, I like that.
Yeah, so you just don't let yourself into anybody's property. But they're entitled to do that, apparently.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. It really is a tough gig sometimes. And I feel like when you're running, your property portfolio is a lot bigger than mine, but I probably still am in the point where I take it quite personally because we do try so very hard.
Yeah.
And I just think, well, how can you possibly be that nasty?
Yeah.
If you knew all the work and the effort that goes into making that property perfect for every single guest that turns up. It's just a little bit,
I emphasize that on my response with the reviews.
Yeah.
I challenge them on the stuff that they're either incorrect or they maybe just didn't realise. I make them aware of the challenges that, or the stuff that we actually did do to correct any issues that were there. And I really do challenge them. Beyond that, I also send them a very polite, direct message, whether it's on the OTA or whether there's communication off platform, whether it's WhatsApp or anything. Nothing nasty or, oh, why have you left me that review? And I just reiterate, like, I appreciate your feedback. I have left you a response. Please do read it. But I also did want to reiterate a couple of the points that I've...
Do you?
Yeah.
I must admit, I had a phone call with a woman because she'd got my back up that much and she really just lied.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she lied. She said some issues with one of the properties, that there was a broken down pipe and there was an exposed grate. There actually wasn't.
Yeah.
So she just basically lied on the review.
Or they've damaged the property.
Well,
and then pretended it was somebody else and leave a bad review.
There's that.
Do you reply straight away or do you leave it 24 hours? Sleep on it.
I probably just have a minute before I go.
I always I used to be like, then I'd read it back next day. I was like, get out.
Yeah, edit.
But yeah, I always sleep on it because you can be quite. There can be a lot of emotion in it when you first do it. Yeah, but you can also reflect on it a little bit as well.
Yeah,
and remember, like, actually, you'll usually do a review straight away. I'm like, right, I'm happy with that, and then you're like, oh, and that. Oh, I should have said that. Oh, yeah. I should have said that. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you go in and edit it though?
No, I just wait 24 hours and then I bank it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I'm ready. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
And that one.
Reviews, and to be honest, they don't affect me anymore. They used to affect me when I only had a few reviews, and they have a huge impact on your overall business.
Especially when you're trying to get a property up and going, and it's like the first few reviews are so important.
Yeah.
And then you just get the keyboard warriors in, like, it's just, what? You know, you couldn't have tried any harder.
Yeah.
But then there's always something that somebody will... But some people just don't like to give you 5 stars, do they? It's just
they even say,
great.
Amazing stay, fabulous property.
I'll give you 4.
We had the most amazing time. We can't wait to come back. 4 star.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You're like, what?
And then I'll challenge that sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry we only got 5 stars. Your comments that it were fabulous. But nothing's perfect though, is it?
I know.
Like, well, no, nothing is perfect. Nothing on the planet is perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like, why? It's like a whole power thing, I think, sometimes. They just need to feel that they've got their power in saying, you know, or control over something. I don't know. But it's just, it can be really soul-destroying sometimes. And you're just like, that bloody hell fire.
But like yourself, when you've got a portfolio of other properties, a bad review just blends into a lot of good reviews.
Yeah.
And I usually sign off my response to a review because people do read them as well.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely.
I usually sign that off.
That's more important than the review half the time.
I usually sign that off as, thankfully, the rest of my guests...
Yes, I do always put that.
...share a very different experience, which says a lot about the transparency of your review.
Yeah,
So, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And for me, look, as an external person reading that response, I'd be like, well, actually, the rest of all of the 60 reviews are 9s and 10s, 5s out of 5. And then there's that one star, and the owner has challenged it with some very, very good points.
Yeah. And then you could just let it lie then. But it just grinds your gears, doesn't it? Every now and again, you're just like, oh, bloody hellfire.
Do you find Booking.com worse than Airbnb, for example? Do you use Booking.com?
I do. I use all major platforms. So we list everywhere, as well as our own website and what have you. But Booking.com, probably, in the start, I would have said worse. As in, like, less supportive, not really willing to sort of help you whatsoever.
Yeah, that as well. And we'll get onto that. But the reviews...
Oh, God, yeah, the people that come through Booking.com. Yeah, because I think it's because Booking.com prompt them to tell them what they didn't like.
Yeah.
So Airbnb don't do that, do they? They just say, you know, write a review, blah, blah, blah. But Booking.com actually prompt them to say, what did you like, what didn't you like?
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
No, it's really, really challenging. And I find that Booking.com is an ethos and a environment for hotel staying guests.
Yeah.
Not holiday lets.
No, it's a different
not
game.
serviced apartments.
Yeah.
And the people that are coming through that platform, expect hotel service.
Yeah.
They expect someone there to check in.
Turnovers every day, check-ins, and it's just not the same thing.
And it's a completely different expectation. I've got one property that's 25 plus 5-star reviews on Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then on Booking.com, you wouldn't believe it was the same property.
I know, same.
You're like,
I've got one of them.
it's the exact same property.
Yeah.
And that's a managed property, and the owner's like, oh, what's happening there? And I went, it's the clientele that use that
Totally,
thing.
yeah.
They're expecting a hotel. They're expecting a receptionist on arrival.
Yeah.
They're expecting turn down every night. They're expecting breakfast in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They've booked it, not knowing what they're booking.
Yeah.
They're not getting the hotel service and that hotel style stay. And that's our fault because they've booked something
Because
wrong.
they booked them.
I've contemplated a number of times, and I still think about it every so often, of removing all my properties from Booking.com.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember in COVID, I don't know whether you had this same effect actually, but I know an operator who, they must have, I think they changed their finance system and the payouts. Did you have this problem? They were just so behind on the payouts.
I luckily escaped this problem.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just missed it.
1 month they were owing this person I know 50 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, that to an operator is just crippling.
It's
the
career,
end.
it's business ending.
Yeah, it's ending. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I must admit, I did go into it thinking, oh, God, are we going to be all right here?
Yeah. But touch wood, that issue has been resolved.
Yeah,
it's not been a repeat issue. But yeah, the customer service between the OTA platforms, it does vary.
Very massively.
It depends on, I mean, I'll start a conversation with a Booking.com agent and I'll know very, very quickly if this person is going to be able to help me.
Yeah.
And I'll end the call and I'll ring again. And sometimes I'll do that 4 or 5 times before I get somebody that
was actually switched on.
Yeah, I'm really good with first impressions and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of know straight away this person has a little bit of something about him. He's going to be able to help me. And I'll just hang up. Airbnb is very, very similar.
So how do you find Airbnb then with it all? Do you find them equally as tough or better?
It depends on the situation. I think with Booking.com, a guest issue is better with Booking.com to deal with.
Yeah.
I think with Airbnb, they'll just completely side with the guest 100% of the time. I think Booking.com kind of puts it back on the host.
Yeah.
You deal with it how you see fit.
Yeah.
We recommend doing this, but however you see fit, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, I get the same.
Whereas Airbnb will just say, I'm going to side with the guest.
Yeah.
Based on what evidence? I've provided you with evidence. The guest has provided you with nothing. You're just taking their word for it and you're refunding them my money.
Yeah.
Based on what? And there's no escalation with Airbnb.
No.
With Booking.com, you can get an escalation. You can move it up a little bit and kind of challenge a decision.
Yeah.
With Airbnb, their say is final.
Yeah.
And nowadays, their say is final is often decided by an algorithm AI bot.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm all for AI.
Yeah, wherever it can be useful, but then that's a prime example of where it's 100% not.
100%.
They even delisted one of my properties once because of an AI bot.
Yeah.
And it took me a month to get it relisted again. And it was all to do with the fact that it was when I first started, a previous management company had been managing my property. I'd then taken over it. Probably a year later, they'd clocked onto similar photography.
I've had the exact same problem.
And they delisted it.
Yeah. I've had the exact same problem a number of times.
Oh, my God.
Number of times.
What?
Yeah, it took me months to get one of my listings.
So then you're completely invisible on that platform.
Yeah. Do you know how I got around that?
Go on.
I got new photos taken.
Yeah.
Fortunately, my business partner's a photographer, so it's not as costly as other people may find it. And I just listed it as a different address on the same street.
Yeah.
Because I send out welcome packs and an online check-in portal with the address and links to the property. So they're going to go to the right address because of the information that I've given to them after they've booked.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that property would still be
because you
unavailable.
just can't get it. I mean, I ended up having to get the old management company to write into Airbnb and say, yes, I managed it under that particular time when it was listed as this.
Yeah.
And that is my listing. It's nothing to do with Glasswing Stays anymore. Please take that as instruction to sort it out. And thank God they did.
Yeah. Another thing I found with Airbnb, Booking.com much better, but Airbnb, you'll ring them, or you'll message them and say, "Oh, we'll give you a call back," and then they'll call back at 4 a.m. and then message you. We tried, but we couldn't get hold of you. We're going to close this thread now.
Time.
I'm like, well,
I'm in the UK.
Yeah, difficult. So, staying on guests.
You like this subject,
Have you got any? I'm sure you have, because you definitely have. Tell us the worst situation you've ever experienced with a guest.
The worst. Well, it made your toes curl, but it wasn't under my management, and this was one of the reasons why I decided I wanted to start managing, to look after my properties a little bit better. It was the same property that Airbnb delisted, actually. When it first started, it was we'd had a lady, or a young girl, should I say, she's just before Christmas. So it's always desperate. She got 3 kids, came with the story that her boiler had broken in her rental property, so needed to check into ours quite last minute. We don't normally take same day check-ins.
Yes.
Well, I don't. I have a period, I think 12-hour period before they can book it.
Last minute guests are usually, and I'm not tarnishing them all with the same brush, because there are last minute bookers.
Yeah.
But for me, in a city environment and a less holiday let, more apartment, last minute guests
Can be a worry.
are a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, really? Definitely.
Yeah,
Because there always seem to be a problem.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So obviously you, like me, are very sort of sceptical and very, this particular company didn't, and they took the guest. She stayed with us fine. She was due to check out, and she asked if she could stay on for a little bit longer because of the boiler issue in her own place. We'd said, yeah, that's fine. Here you go. Please pay for it again. Oh, I can't actually pay for it because I'm waiting for the insurers to pay out on the boiler issue. So we're like, well, when do you think you're going to pay for it then? It, doesn't kind of work like that. It's not a standard AST rental.
Yeah.
Anyway, she flat out refused. We ended up having to go around to the house and challenge her on it. So I went with the property manager at the time, and we challenged her on the doorstep. She didn't want to sort of let us in. She got little kids running around in there. Eventually she paid under duress, and then she was staying until Boxing Day, or just the 27th or something like that. And when you just leave a place and you think,
Yeah.
she's going to have the last say here. I just knew it. And so we left. She'd paid. Christmas happened. Not heard a peep. And then the cleaners went in on the 27th.
Oh, no.
And she just completely ransacked the place. I think she must have had a party in there Boxing Day. Whether the kids were there, I mean, I bloody hope not. But there were like weed grinders everywhere, alcohol bottles everywhere. She chucked all the kids' wrapping paper down the stairs in the cellar. She just basically, it sounds disgusting, but defecated on sheets,
Lovely.
carpets, urinated on towels and stuffed them in cupboards, hoping that we wouldn't, pull out all the cupboards. She cost me like thousands to put right. And that's been the worst one. But in fairness, we had it all turned around back to normal, carpets cleaned, all in and rebought and restocked within like 48 hours in time for the next guest. But yeah,
it's awful. We've had similar situations a few times, to be honest.
What, dirty protests?
No, we've not had a dirty. Well, we had one which I'm hoping was either a dog or cat defecation. I didn't check it too thoroughly. Hopefully, it was an animal, not a human. But yeah, we've had similar instances where a party's happened and it's been absolutely trashed. We had a
like just dirty or broken stuff as well.
Bit of both, to be honest.
Same.
We've had a group of Chinese guests that were staying for Chinese New Year, and they absolutely they had fireworks in the garden and then didn't take the shoes off and walked around the house. It was cream carpets throughout.
Nice.
And it was now a brown carpet.
What
and yeah, it was crazy. And again, we had to get that turned around that day.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm blessed with really good cleaners that will go above and beyond and at a drop of a hat help me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be intense.
Can be intense. And then when you get certain ladies of the night.
That was my next question, because I know I've experienced this before, and I know you've experienced it before, because I think you reached out for a bit of advice.
I mean, I'd handled it privately once before, and then it happened again.
Did you ever get me that price list?
Yeah, but I appreciate the website you shared with me.
And I know about that website because I once got called to a property because the heating wasn't working. I said, no problem, I'm actually in the area.
Yeah.
So I went up, knocked on the door, and a lady opened the door in an outfit, and I was like,
"No shame."
No, none at all. And I went, "Heating problem?" And she went, "Oh yeah." So I went, "Okay, I'll just look at the boiler." And in this particular room,
I'll not look at you.
It was awkward. In this particular room, there was the boiler room here, and the door opened like that, and then the bedrooms were like the far side of the door. And obviously when a door's open, there's a crack that you can see through the door. And I could see her, like, she lit the candles in one of, and I'm like,
God, you nearly got lynched.
And then she sat on the bed, and then she kept going, and I was like, that's working now, bye. And then, because I knew this website existed, I went downstairs, got this website out, and there she was, advertising herself in the fucking lounge of that apartment that she's booked.
And what was she inviting you in for?
I don't know what she was doing. She either had a tickly cough, or she wanted a discount. And that's when, not long later, you said, I think I've got a lady of the night staying. And I went, well, check this website. Yeah. If there is one, she'll be there.
I didn't find her on there, in fairness.
No,
she wasn't advertising like that. But I mean, when fellas are turning up every hour on the hour and leaving after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another prime example of a guest not reading instructions as well, because we do literally state that there's a doorbell camera on the external of the building.
Yeah. Well, this one was an apartment. There was more. There was a lift camera. There was a front door camera. You
would have thought that they wouldn't do that because it'd be harder to,
but
more.
Being in this industry made me realise how much of that is going on.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's frightening.
Especially in city centres.
Yeah. Yeah, a hell of a lot.
I don't get so much of it in the holiday lets.
Do you ever get them direct message you and saying, I'm a sex worker, is that okay?
No,
I've had it.
Have you?
I'm a sex worker, is that okay?
Whatever floats your boat, love.
I was like, I'll add a couple of zeros to the price if you pay cash as well. I don't do that.
No, I've never had. I've had sort of somebody come and sort of ask me in a roundabout way if I do. Well, I can't remember how she put it now. Something to do with the ID checks.
And can we have visitors?
Oh, that was it. Do you mind if we have visitors coming to see us whilst we're at the property? I'm like, yeah, nobody's allowed in that house unless they're registered. Sorry. And then, well, thank God she got the message that time. But yeah, we've had that. We've had that one.
We see it a lot, and it's always like September, October. It's like the season.
What was it? Well, I had that one.
It's the sex season.
What the hell happens? Everybody goes.
I don't know. It's always, honestly, come September, I'll just be inundated with either inquiries or I'll come across a booking where I know this is clearly a sex worker, and I'll keep an eye on it, and then either move them on or not extend them, or it's very obvious when the cleaner's gone in what's been going off in that apartment.
Yeah.
Lots of scented candles, lots of condom wrappers, and
we've had that
and a massage table that they've left me. I've got 3 now.
It's another business. Yeah, we've had that, like condom wrappers not so long ago again, same property.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, but people are people, aren't they? Disgusting sometimes.
But not all people are bad. Some people are really, really good.
No, and not 95% of the guests, 98% of the guests that we get are fabulous.
Yeah.
It's just a little minority that. Yeah.
So what's the future? Glasswing is growing.
Yeah, Glasswing growing. We just want to grow that to, I've got an idea in my head how many properties I'd like.
Yep.
And then I'm not in the intention of growing to be the next host and stay of the world.
Yeah.
That is not my intention whatsoever. I like to sort of be quite niche, boutique, and give each property the attention it deserves so it can actually do and work and be profitable for owners, and the guests have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Your properties are fabulous. The ones that I've seen online and the ones that you put on your social medias, they're stunning.
Yeah.
Even the refurbishments that you've done on previous properties and flips and stuff.
Well, that's I love interior design and stuff.
Stunning.
So my brand is everything, and I really want Glasswing to sort of be reflective of the kind of products we put out as an investment company as well.
Yep.
So obviously we've done like a couple of flips recently, and the interior design we've done on that, along with the help of some, fantastic staging companies as well. It's not all just me, but
Who do you use?
So we use Emma. We've used Emma at Real Property Staging. She's brilliant. She did the last one, and then we've also used Victoria at VMR Home Stage.
Yep.
Both girls absolutely fantastic at what they do.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, and lovely as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So we use both of them, and I fully endorse staging your properties.
Oh, absolutely.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
And even Victoria's supplied the furniture for most of our Airbnbs.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's done that as well. But yeah, I just want to grow Glasswing a bit more and do flips on the side. We've got one going through at the moment, a bungalow flip. That's hopefully nearing completion.
I'm pretty sure you said that to me last time we spoke. That was at least a month ago as well.
Well, it fell through 3 times in a week and resold again. So yeah, it's just, it has been a little bit testing, this one. The first one we did was like, it sold in 11 days and completed in a month.
Yep.
And I was like, this is bloody brilliant. I'm doing flips.
Amazing.
I know, but it's totally not the reality of it at all.
But you love what you do?
I do love what I do, I do love what I do in the end of it all. When the money's in the bank.
I love watching what you do. It's great to see you at the networking circuits. It's great to catch up when we do catch up. So look into that camera there and tell people watching or listening, if they want to reach out to you for anything, or they want to get their property managed by Glasswing, tell them how they can find you and what you can provide them.
So, we provide serviced accommodation management services across Northumberland and North Yorkshire. Mainly, we do have other properties across the north, but that's where we want to get a stronger foothold this year. So if you do have properties in those areas, give us a shout. I'd love to have a chat with you. Property investment wise, we have sort of 2 routes you can get in touch with us. We have Instagram page, which is at Chuffinell It's Nikki, very Yorkshire. The Glasswing Stage page is at Glasswing Stays. And obviously we have a website, www.glasswingstays.co.uk. So yeah, give us a shout.
Fabulous. Please do give her a shout as well, because she's great at what she does. But yeah, if you need any Sheffield management, get in touch with me. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been really good. It's been a pleasure to have you.
It's warm in here though.
It is very warm. That's why I'm wrapping it up quickly. I've been Luke. I've been joined by Nikki. Thank you so much. Bye.